Hello, my name is Oliver Glanz and I'm working as a professor of Old Testament at Andrews University and I'm also a team member of the ETCPC research group at the Free University of Amsterdam. In this video tutorial I would like to show you how you can share your SHEBANQ query and query results with others. This is especially helpful when you're writing a paper or an article in which you would like to document your query in a footnote or any other form of reference. So what you're seeing here now is I'm on the SHEBANQ website. I have logged in already and I'm now going to the query section of the site because I want to pick a specific query that I would like to share with my readers. Now what you can see on the left side is this filter box. This is quite handy because especially when you have written a lot of queries. In my case, I have a couple of dozen queries. I want to quickly get to the query that I've put together. In my specific case, I know that I named the query with DHQ in the beginning. So I just put DHQ here in the filter entry box and then search in my queries. And here we are. So we have 5 DHQ queries. I'm interested in sharing this middle one, the third one, discourse pattern deviation in Genesis 20. At this moment I'm not going to explain what this query is about. This is not part of this tutorial. But what you can see is on the upper left side you find the description of my query in which I'm explaining what I'm actually searching in the MQL query that is put together here in the box below, as you can see. On the right side you have the query results. It gives you some rough statistics. We have query results distributed over 5 pages. They contain 311 Hebrew words in 89 Old Testament verses. So in order to share my query, I have to go to this little site icon at the bottom of the page. You see this site icon here? Now, you have a couple of options. I suggest that you choose always this query V option. Query V means that you are sharing the specific version in which you have run your query. As you can see up here, I have explained that in another SHEBANQ tutorial. You see 4 database options. You have ETCPC number 4, ETCPC number 4b, and then you have ETCPC number 4s. So what they stand for is the ETCPC 4 version is the old stable version of the ETCPC. The ETCPC 4b is the most current version of the ETCPC, and the ETCPC 4s does not yet exist. It will be the next future stable version of the database. So if you want to share your query, you might want to make sure that you choose the right version for which you have written your query. In my case, actually, I have written the query for both version 4 as well as version 4b. Now, since version 4b is the most recent version, I decide to share the 4b version of my query. So you see that automatically the site highlighted the 4b and moved away from the 4. So if I would click here on 4, then you see I'm getting here back to version 4. But I want to share my 4b version. So I click here on the 4b version. Now, in order to be able to share my query, I must click shared. I must click on the shared box here. If I don't use this, I can no longer share my query. So you want to make sure that you actually share the query. Now I have shared the query, so now I'm ready to go to Site, and then I'm clicking here on this icon. This icon gives me a so-called persistent identifier. It is a web address that contains, you see, my query ID, which is number 491, so it's actually the 491st query written on the SHEBANQ website, and it links it to the database in which for which I wrote the query. You see, it's version 4b. Now this information we want to copy, so I'm copying it now, and Control copy. And I'm now going to my Word document. So let's write something here. And this query shows that similar discourse patterns can be found elsewhere in the Hebrew Bible. Now, and I want to reference that, so I'm clicking here on a footnote and say, see my SHEBANQ query. So, and here it is. So I've just copy pasted now my persistent identifier that I picked from the SHEBANQ website, and I'm ready to share my query with my readers. So what now happens is that when a reader is clicking on this hyperlink, so let's do that, clicking on this hyperlink, now the website opens and leads the reader exactly to the query that you have built. So now the reader can read your query description, can have access to your query results, can browse through the different pages in which your query results can be found. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and put them down under the YouTube interactive section. I'm happy to dialogue with you and assist you in whatever questions you have. Thank you.